I was there the day Blizzard gave birth to Hearthstone, and I plan to be there the day Blizzard kills Hearthstone. But before that, I want to accomplish one goal that always eluded me, mainly because I always stopped caring about Hearthstone at all. And that goal is to reach Legend. High or low, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that I need to find a season where I can reach the Legend rank and accomplish this thing. And what better way than to make a video about this journey. But before we can get properly into it, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and it will help us make more videos like this. But before we can get to Legend and Hearthstone, I need a deck. Luckily, Hearthstone has become quite generous with people that come back. All we have to do is disenchant everything and make a deck. And I made like 5. 2 Demon Hunter ones, a Shaman one, and 2 Paladin ones. The funny thing is that the 2 Demon Hunter ones and the Shaman one, they all share cards. Same with the Paladin decks, is basically the exact same cards, the few differences here and there. For this quest, I'll be using the Paladin ones, which is a Flood Paladin. The others were made for last season to be used as pirate decks, and I got to Silver 2 with that, but I kinda gave up there because it was the last days of the season, so overall it wasn't really worth it. But that guaranteed me a few cards that went straight into my Paladin deck. What I have here is what Hearthstone Tracker calls a Flood Paladin, a control deck of sorts. One that has given me great headaches last season by always destroying my pirate decks. So now I stared into the light and the light stared back at me, and I've made this deck. And now, it's time to duel on, or whatever the equivalent in Hearthstone is. By the way, if you're wondering why you're seeing Battlegrounds and not proper standard Hearthstone, that's because my external hard drive decided to just die, to croak on me and lose all my files. I tried to get them back, but to no avail. So I apologize. The first 2 matches went well, and then came a Spell Power Druid, a deck that I started to hate a lot recently, and that deck kinda stood in my way. But you know what? That happens. When it comes to ranked games, you'll find overpowered stuff that will stop your streak. Sometimes something else is more overpowered than you are, and sometimes that just happens. The best thing you can do in this situation is get up and continue the grind, because this is what ranked really is at the end of the day. A huge grind. My next opponent wasn't really a worthy one, not at all. It was the bug where the wheel keeps getting stuck and spinning and spinning and spinning, the one that just blocks your game. Now this one is one you can never defeat no matter what deck you choose, so I just restarted Hearthstone. The following 3 opponents were an interesting mix. A priest that made me rage quit, an easy Death Knight, seems like a pattern with Death Knights recently. A Naga Demon Hunter came in next with an interesting deck that I didn't see before, but Demon Hunters don't really stand a chance against this Paladin, and Paladins are really what made me switch from the Pirate deck. After that, there is an Armor Warrior. Now, to give you some context to this, I personally hate the Armor Warrior, because alongside this Flood Paladin, Buff Paladin, Paladin and Warrior were the decks that gave me the most trouble last season. It ate through my pirates like nothing, both of these decks. And all matches against Warriors were wars of attrition. I lost many, and I think I won 2. But this Paladin seems to overwhelm the defenses, turning what was once a Pyrrhic victory, if even that, of the Demon Hunter into a normal regular victory. Hey, that's rock, paper, scissors with cards for you. And this boosts me to rank 5 in bronze, unlocking my first chest this season. You wanna talk strange? This is a weird one for me. Because, you see, this is the kind of deck that I used to see back in 2014, 2016. A Zulok or a Handlock. After seeing the cards they print nowadays and the state of the meta, I thought nothing related to Hearthstone can ever surprise me. Funny enough, it was somebody playing a lock that did surprise me. And you know what? Grass to him. It's hard to play in this meta with this kind of a strategy, this kind of a deck, especially now where Pain Warlock is easier and gets more victories. But a victory here sends me to rank 3, getting closer to escaping from bronze. I'm not a huge fan of mirror matches. In a way, I kind of hate mirror matches, and I hate when the same classes fight each other. And this one is a buff paladin against a flood paladin. I hate these, but this is the nature of Hearthstone and, well, of ranked video games. You win some, you lose some, and then you just move on. Sometimes it's better to concede than to just waste time. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Mages are interesting opponents, but this one's a plushie kit. I'm sorry, this is too cute. I didn't even mind losing. At the end of the day, I understand how it feels to have spell-only mages, and it's a hard battle. They are kinda hard to pull off, and you're not always gonna get lucky. You know what? Well-earned defeat, I would say. A win over a hunter is good. When the hunter DCs, it saves me some minutes on this run, and you know, I can't complain about that. Another priest, another loss. Skill issue, I guess. JK, one board clear made the priest rage quit. I know the feeling, bro. I know the feeling. Been there, done that. Bronze 2, 2 stars. An excavating warrior is a new one. More based on buffing things and killing them than just armoring up. I can respect that. It's something different, at least. Against most warriors, you can set up a pretty good board and you will always be countered by brawl. I guess that's the risk of fighting a warrior. This warrior and this deck is running Yogg's Prison, which is a really interesting card that can be both F, D, C, B, A, S, and S plus tier at the same time, depending on what you get. Well, that victory sends me to Bronze 1, one more win, and it's Jover for Bronze. Oh, hunters and their love of monkeys. I can understand that. Sometimes we should all return to monkey. Gonna be honest, I feel bad for the way I won this time around with Flash Sale and Crusader's Aura. I might complain about the game and certain decks, but from time to time, my deck is the stupid one that people hate, and I guess is the nature of the game. Well, thanks to that win and the fact that I reached Silver 2 last season, this win streak puts me on Silver 9. And now comes the hard part, because I never broke out of Silver ever. At all. I never really cared enough to break out of Silver, so this is going to be an interesting situation where I guess I'm just going to get tormented over and over, and it'll probably take like 300 matches before I get to Gold. Yeah, I might not be able to pull this challenge off, but we'll see. Now, to give an overall impression of the Bronze bracket, of getting out of Bronze, well, Bronze is an interesting bracket. The one I found myself most of the times I came back to Hearthstone. Compared to other ranked games that have more of a standard thing, you know, like League of Legends or Dota, or even Hearthstone, where you can pretty much know what's out there, Hearthstone isn't like that. And Hearthstone, you always can find a bunch of decks that change every time a new season comes out. From decks that are copied from Hearthstone Tracker, like myself, to loner decks, to custom-made decks, and what really surprised me, a deck that invoked the spirit of the antediluvian times of Hearthstone. A much simpler and better place for both the game and its players. With all that, in Bronze you can get carried by your deck. Me reaching Silver should be a testament that your choice of a deck is very important. And if you only want that standard card pack, getting to Bronze 5 will be simple. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna take a few matches, but you will reach it. Bronze is the place where the good meets the bad, and people get filtered through it, you know? And because of that, you will get to Bronze 5. And also say thank you to the fact that you don't lose rank in Bronze. You will never go down in rank in Bronze. Not at all. So you will get that standard card pack, which doesn't really mean much nowadays. But you know what? It's better than nothing. Well, escaping from Bronze was easy. And now it's time to break the Silver ceiling. Boy, is that gonna take a while. If you've enjoyed this video, I'm on the road to get to 500 subscribers, so if you can, please click the button that just glowed on your screen right now. It's shiny. Thank you.